Surprise! In today's video, we are doing our first ever villager hunt for MapleGrove. So backing up a little bit, our villager that left was Avery, and since he is not a dreamy for this island, he can definitely go. You won't be seeing me crying over his departure, although this is a little later than normal. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you popped in today. So like I said in the first video, this island is kind of a dream island for me. I would love to live in an old vintage style town, and for me, this island is just going to encompass kind of everything I love. Something to know about me is my heart belongs to my pets. I do have 4 of them, and on this island, there is going to be a villager that represents each one of them, mostly by look, but my plan is to make stories for each one of these villagers, which at that point, I will explain more of their personalities. So let's get started. Our first villager that is a requirement is going to be Kiki. She is going to represent my senior kitty, Venus, who I absolutely adore, and she is just a little shy baby. The next required villager is going to be Pearl, and she does represent my sweetest, spiciest calico kitty, Piper. My next dreamy I actually already have on the island, Bones, and he is representing my dog, Theo, my sweetest boy who has energy to spare. Last but not least is Goldie, who is representing my heart of gold, sweet baby girl, Briar, my golden retriever. Now that my 4 required villagers have been talked about, let's go over the rest of my dreamies for this island. And some of these I feel like could change if you guys have any better suggestions, but they are as follows for right now: Daedra, Marshall, Eunice, Nan, Blair, and Olive. All right, now that the logistics are all over with, let's get into this villager hunt. Okay, as you can see on the bottom of the screen, I have pictures of all the villagers I am looking for on this villager hunt. I'm not specifically looking for one or the other, so I am very hopeful because I have 9 villagers that I am looking for that this takes under 20 tickets. For this villager hunt, I do want to let you all know that I am going to be speed running this as quickly as possible. If there's some cuties, I may talk to them, but otherwise I'm going to look at them and leave if it's not my dreamy for this island. I would love to hear in the comments from you guys how long your longest villager hunt was and for who. So at this point, I'm already kind of starting to panic, and it's only ticket 3 because I haven't found any real cuties at this point. And to be honest, I think villager hunting is so tedious because it takes so long. I wish we could just go from island to island instead of going to the island, to your island, back out to villager island. It just takes so long. So I don't know why I'm already starting to panic. I'm pretty sure the Animal Crossing gods have really tested my patience because they sent me ugly villager after ugly villager. And this one was such a slap in the face. Because really? Coach? Of all the villagers. But I would like to hear from you guys, who is your least favorite villager in Animal Crossing? I think mine has to be Beardo. He was in my first ever Animal Crossing island, and he would literally not leave. And I wanted to kick him out so bad. But he just lived his merry life for the longest time on my island. At this point, I do fear that I have been cursed because back-to-back villagers have been horrendous. First we get Coach, and now Rowan. What's happening? The tides are ever turning in my favor because I got Tangy, the cutest squirrel. I love her. And in fact, I did have her on my first island and actually my only other island because I became too attached to it to ever delete it. So I guess I would like to know, how many islands have you made and how do you do it? How do you delete what you've built? I feel so attached to everything. I do think I have a special attachment to my first island because it was the one that I started Animal Crossing New Horizons right when COVID started, right when the game came out. And I did love the spring core theme that I did. It just felt really renewing and fresh in the light of that time and era. Okay, we're on ticket 10. I'm halfway to my goal of wanting to stay under 20 tickets, and I got one of the cutest cuties, Biscuit. I think I would absolutely take Biscuit if this were another island, but alas, we do have to pass on him today. You know, you get to a point in villager hunting, and it's really not even been that long for me, but you get to a point where every ticket you have the most faith that this is going to be the ticket, but it really never seems to be. This is how this ticket felt for me. If I wanted an eagle villager, I would have kept Avery. Why do you hate me so? One thing I want to make sure I don't do next time during a villager hunt is have my ladder with me. Ladder islands take way more time than they need to, but this one did end up with a real cutie. I do love Gale, just not for this island. I think Gale is arguably one of the best alligator villagers on the list. There aren't too many to compete realistically. Okay, friends, I am so excited. We found Nan. So yeah, 13 tickets later and we found a dreamy for this island. I'm so excited. And we did stay under our goal of under 20 Nook Mile tickets. So let's go. If you've made it to the end of the video, I would love to hear who your favorite villager is, and if you have any recommendations of villagers you would like to see on this island, please do so in the comments. As always, if you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!